Hello, this is Mirko Rayner here with a SignalR demonstration with Foundry Virtual Tabletop. The idea behind this was I wanted to grab actor data out of Foundry to consume elsewhere, possibly send some data back into Foundry. There's not an external HTTP API exposed or anything like that. So I was pondering some things, and this is a proof of concept using SignalR to have bidirectional data flow from within and without Foundry. The first thing I did was create a module for Foundry itself. You can go onto the Foundry site to see the best way to do that, creating a tutorial. But we use Webpack here, which is a standard way to bundle things up and throw it into the folder that is Foundry data modules. So now we have our Foundry SignalR with the module description, listing out all the unique things about it. If we go over to our Foundry site now, our Foundry application, refresh the page, and go to modules, we see we have our SignalR1 installed. So if we go ahead and launch that, this game world here, and manage modules, you'll see that it's been enabled. And within this, we look for the SignalR actors. This is from the module example. This is the connection has started to our server running. And I put in a wait. It received a message from Mirko, and the message was filthy human. Now if we go back over to our consoles here, we can see there was a message received from Mirko, and this is on the server itself, and he sent it out to everyone else. So received from Mirko, sent it out to everyone else, and then on our other non-Foundry client, we received that message of filthy human. So let's dig into the code and see what's actually happening here behind the scenes. Like I said, the first thing was that the module, the second set of code is the server itself. You can go on the docs website for Microsoft to see an example of that and learn some more. The non-Foundry is just a basic node application just to consume that SignalR connection that's being hosted by this server. So in our module, first thing we do is grab this Microsoft SignalR package, and you want to bring in at least the hub connection builder. Log level is just a preference there. And here we're setting up that connection, and then later on we are starting that connection. This is a way you can check to make sure the connection fails or not. If we didn't have that server running, we get this printed out to our console in Foundry. And this connection on is when we receive a message. And before we go any further, let me just go ahead and open up our actual hub here. So this is our hub. And so we see that if we're basically telling this connection that if it receives a receive message string as part of it, then go ahead and execute this function and expect these two parameters. We don't quite, this is set up down here in our send async. So we're sending out to all clients this receive message, SignalR message, with these two parameters. Now this is called within another block here, which is the send message, which you'll see is invoked a little bit farther down. So essentially we're setting up our connection and we're saying, hey, listen for this receive message and then do this once you get that. Set timeout is just kind of like a timer, so we wait 3 seconds. We set up a variable. We're going to log the data that we're sending. So this is where I'm actually calling into that Foundry API to get actor data, and then I'm stringifying it. And you can do the whole actor itself or the whole entry itself, but this is where some of the logic might come in for your application. And then we're going to use that connection to invoke a send message. So this will go over that connection, send this user and this message over to the server here, the server will see, oh, hey, I got a message of send message with these parameters. And then it will do its process. And then it will send back out to all of its clients a receive message. And that's why we saw it printed out here, where it was SignalR, actors, receive message, user, Mirko, filthy human, which is the name of one of the actors in my Foundry. Now this is all well and good. This is kind of like cyclical though, right? So we have Foundry that is calling out using an invoke to our SignalR hub, and then SignalR turning around and sending something back into Foundry. Now the cool thing is, if we have a third-party application, such as our node application that we wanted to run, we can now do the very, very similar thing to what we did to get our Foundry module working, where we bring in SignalR, we set up a connection with the URL, and then we tell it to wait for a receive message, which is the same one over here. And we tell it what it's expecting, and then we have it log it to the console. And again, you start the connection as usual. And so if you look here, we got Mirko sent the message. And that's the basic of this proof of concept. This application here could be anything. It could be a mobile application. SignalR clients run a wide range of applications they can be used in. And with just some basic JavaScript and looking for hooks on the various Foundry APIs, you can get really creative. I personally look forward to using hooks.onActorUpdate or actor updated. I don't recall exactly what it is. So basically anytime an actor is updated, it will fire some logic off, and then we can send that update out to some of our other clients that are consuming it. I hope this was useful. If you are ever curious about more, you can find me in the Foundry Discord. I'll go ahead and put my Discord username there for anyone to see. Feel free to reach out. Thank you.